Hey, it's Buddy Lee. Welcome to my channel. Alright, it's the first war of Season 32, and it's also my first war in Dsvg, so let's get this thing started. My first fight is against Venom on Path 8, Section 1. So this fight has buff and balance power drain, so I'll get power drain debuffs placed on me when Venom activates buffs, and Venom also has unstoppable armor global, so I'll need to keep an eye on that timer, and have Tigress neutralize applied at the right time. I also boosted up pretty good with both attack and health, and I'm using Power Start 1. The plan is just land a couple of heavies and then launch my SP2, and hopefully that'll finish the fight. I start the fight just holding block to bait Venom's heavy and then counter with Tigress. He didn't really want to play into it for the second heavy, and I see the timer's getting close on the unstoppable armor global, so I parry and land a few hits to apply the neutralize. Then we bait the heavy to land our own counter, and then launch SP2 and Venom's health disappears. Now we jump over to Section 2, Path 5, and our first fight here is against Kitty Pryde, which is why we brought in this Guardian. We have Ebb and Flow Intercept, and Kitty can be an issue here if she gets 3 prowesses, but we won't be feeding her prowess much with Guardian. I activated the 6-hour AW specific boost, which will take us through the rest of the fights in this war, and we're going to use Power Start 1 again. I start by landing a couple combos and then throw my SP1 to get some of Guardian's charges built up. We're gonna bait one more SP1 and then I'll try to get my intercept and see what an SP2 will do. And she couldn't melt fast enough from that SP2. And we'll go right into this next fight against Nova, which will be another Tiger fight. We have Ebb and Flow Intercept again, but this time we also have Mighty Charge, so Nova will be purifying Tigress Ruptures if he does dash attacks. So we baited and countered a few heavy attacks, and now I'm kind of sitting back to see if I can get an intercept off of this SP2, but he doesn't rush in, and I just throw the special. Now we need to counter a few SP1s, and then go into another SP2. We haven't actually landed an intercept for Ebb and Flow Intercept yet, but we're taking him down no problem even with the protection active. We counter one more heavy and he's almost KO'd, so I wait for him to dash in and counter with the SP1 to finish the fight. Now onto the mini bosses, and this Angela has Safeguard and Vigorous Assault, which Tiger handles both perfectly since Neutralize is going to stop her regen buffs and the rupture damage will get around the Safeguard. I'm going with an invulnerability boost here, and this is really more for the next fight than this Angela, but may as well get 2 fights out of it. Angela has the global unstoppable armor active, and since she starts with an armor up buff, you have to be careful because she can and does start unstoppable. We counter Angela's SP1 and follow up with another heavy, and we already have 2 bars of power, so we launch the special, and it's always cool to see this damage happen even through the safeguard node. Now we go right into the CGR fight on Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power, and this fight was the only one that made me a little bit nervous. So you can't really counter CGR's heavy attack with Tigra's heavy, and we have to roll the dice on unstoppable armor on the first hit we land in the fight, because neutralize won't be applied yet and he'll get that armor buff. So we hit an intercept right off the bat and unstoppable activates. We have the invulnerability and he only punishes us with 1 hit, so it didn't do any damage. Now I want to get CGR back into his corner and bait and counter his SP1 so I can place a rupture and start gaining power. We land the rupture and then follow up with another heavy, then counter 1 more SP1, and we're ready to finish this fight off with an SP2. So that fight went really well, and all we have left now is to have Tigra take down the Nimrod boss. Unfortunately, this is where my big screw up came in. I actually forgot to hit record before taking down this Nimrod, and it was a great fight too. I got the solo with the full yellow bar. So you can see my Tigra is at full health here, and it shows me getting the boss kill, but I was so sad when I realized I didn't record it. The most important part though is that we did get the win in our first war of season 32. Our opponents had a bit of a rough time, and we have room to improve as well, but it was a successful start to the season. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.